All right, so hello out there once again. Welcome back. Joseph Tudisco here, Acting Like a Business Seminars by Just a Thought. Before I go any further with today's session, which will be auditions, I just wanted to clear up a couple of things. It seems that I have to create a new segment here called the Oops segment to kind of go back and correct some of the things I said that I might have misspoke or just screwed up on. I was talking about the IMDb, and I referred to it as the International Movie Database. It's actually the Internet Movie Database. And I also said that their rating system was called the meter rating. It's actually called the star meter, which is the rating that they give the individual actors. Also on Actors Access, I mentioned something about a monthly subscription. It's actually a yearly subscription, or you can pay as you go. So I cleared up those items, and I'm sure I'll probably have a few more coming up in the next few sessions. Okay, so session 6, auditions. Now, this is where we want to be. We've set up our business. We've done some advertising, tools of the trade. Hopefully, we have some product to display and send out there. And now we've opened up our doors, and now we're going to hopefully get called in for auditions. Again, like I said, it's where you want to be. Before you get started, if there is ever a seminar, workshop that you should take, whether you like them or not, Michael Kostroff has an audition workshop called Audition Psych 101. You should go to auditionpsych101.com for all this information. It's just a wonderful seminar about the audition process and a lot of his opinions. It's all about what we go through up here. So definitely look into it, and if you can, I recommend it. You should definitely go there, invest a few dollars, and it'll change the way you view auditions. It had that effect with me. A lot of his information I had already implemented into my own process and even into my seminars, but there was a few items that he just opened up my eyes and looked at things a different way. So make sure you go see auditionpsych101.com. Okay, so we move along here to the audition process. Here we are, people are calling us in. And I think the biggest fault that we can go through as actors to an audition is what we bring to the table when we go there. We are so loaded with negative concerns. We're nervous, we're frustrated, the rejection in the past, the desperation of needing to book a job. It's like we walk in holding these two suitcases. We walk in and we put it on the casting director's desk. We open it up. We put on frustration. We put up rejection. We put on desperation and fear, and we walk into this room with all that baggage. And believe it or not, it shows. Yeah, they could see that. And we waste so much time being concerned about that. What should we wear? What should I say when I walk in? All these insignificant details. And really, when you come down to it, it's really just about what we do as an actor. Right then, right there. And that's what you need to focus on. We don't need to focus on what we're wearing. If you want to be a little suggestive of what the character may be. Now, that doesn't mean that if you're going in for a lawyer or a corporate type, you're going to walk in on cutoffs, a tank top, and flip-flops. But you could be suggestive with a nice pair of slacks and a button-down shirt. On the other hand, if you're going in for a construction worker, well, you don't want to go in a suit. Okay, so you want to try and lend a little sensibility to the character as far as wardrobe is concerned, but don't drive yourself nuts. Don't concern yourself with props and try and do things like that. Again, there's nothing cute you can do. It's all comes down to your talent. So when we walk into these sessions, I like to just get right down to business. I like to take a little bit of control. And make the space mine. I go in if there's a chair, and I've figured that I'm not going to use a chair and I'm going to stand, I just take a chair and move it. And vice versa. If I think I should be sitting and there's no chair, and there's one maybe against the wall in the corner, I'll go grab it and sit it down and just sit down in it and let them adjust the camera. 99% of the time, they're going to just adjust the camera to you. Remember, you have to feel comfortable with it. You have to give them the best possible performance you can because they want you to be good. They need you to be good because it makes their job easier. They're in the same boat we are. They have to cast people. Okay, because if they have a problem with getting actors to fill the roles, well, it becomes problematic on their business end, and these producers will look for other people to cast. I've seen many a times when casting directors have appeared on a project, and then 2 weeks later, the new casting director, for whatever reason, sometimes it has nothing to do with them, but sometimes it does. So they want you to succeed. So they're in your ballpark. They're right there behind you. Okay, they're in your corner, I should say. And they want you to be successful because then it makes their job easier. Let's not waste too much time in the room. You know, when you come in, let's get right to work. I like to get right to work. I don't like to chit-chat. I mean, they may ask you a couple of questions, fine, but don't initiate any conversation. We think that we could smooze them into liking us. Oh, if I can only talk a little bit more, they'll see what a great guy I am. Or at the end, I've seen people talk their way right out of a role because they just can't leave the room. Don't get into any of these asking them questions about the script. And you have the scene for the most part. It is what it is. You make sense of it. You make your choice. Okay. And even if it's a wrong choice, but make a choice, make a strong choice, and if it's wrong, it's fine. How many of these things do we actually get cast in anyway? When you think about it, I mean, if we can do 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 7, well, we're way ahead of the game. So most of the times they're not going to cast you anyway. So what are you worried about getting cast for? But the problems that we bring to the audition, let me say this right now, okay? You know what? Let's stop all this craziness. I do not want you actors going to any more auditions. Don't go. No more auditions ever. Stop going. Instead, treat them as a little job. You've gotten hired to perform for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it might be, in front of a casting director, in front of these people. They want to see you. They hired you to do this job. You have no expectations, no demands, and no requirements. You go, you do your job, and you leave. It's as simple as that. I think they'll appreciate it if the talent is there and they see you as a character. Sometimes, again, it's not even about the talent. It's just about how the ensemble fits together and how the pieces fit together. Reasons why you don't get cast or you do get cast. It's up in here. You have to free yourself. And it's not an easy process. The nerves and the uncertainty and always double questioning yourself. And, I go to an audition, I do it. I take about 5 or 10 minutes afterwards as I've left the casting room or office, and I reflect on the audition. I think about it a few minutes. I could have did this, I should have did that. I don't know about this. And then I forget about it. I don't dwell on it anymore. It's gone. Out of my control. There's not one thing I can do to change it. A lot of people think they could stay and stick around and talk. And, I know a friend of mine is a cousin of a person that you went out to, dinner with at your brother's house. Stop it. Don't do these things. Don't name drop. It's terrible. It's embarrassing. It really is. Leave the office. Thank you. If they want to shake your hand, fine. If not, thank you. Have a nice day. Thanks for bringing me in, and go. It's really that simple. At the end, don't get caught staying there. once you've been contacted by your agent or manager or directly from a casting director and given the information for the audition, you would probably be sent sides, which are scenes that you will be required to prepare and read at the session, probably for the character that you are going to audition with. And they'll look like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a script. I highlight my words, or my lines, I should say, and the best information I could give you is, yes, be off book. Prepare the work, prepare the lines, and know them. It is better if you can perform them than to read them. You could do much more as an actor with facial expressions and also listening to what the other person is saying, more so than just waiting to say your line. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't carry your sides with you. What I tend to do is I tend to take my sides and I like to fold them down to the smallest possible, and if I have to, I fold it over to make it even smaller, so that when I'm holding it in my hand, I can just flip it over to the other side. I always carry them because you never know, but you should actually be off book for those sides that you're auditioning with. Now, the 2 or 3 liners are probably very difficult. Probably more difficult than 2 pages of script to audition with. It's just so quick and simple. There's not much you can do with it. You just give your lines as natural as you can, and give it a little touch of something if it's required, and that's it. So 2 and 3 line roles are extremely hard. So make sure you're well prepared. Okay, you should speak the words out loud when you're at home, when you're rehearsing them, when you're trying to memorize them. If you have a partner or a friend, or in my case, my wife, she will read opposite me, and I will read the lines and go over them as much as I can so I can make them very, very, very familiar. And it's not the end of the world if you paraphrase or if you stutter on a word. Just go along with it. It really not going to mean anything unless, of course, you go way off and you're somewhere out in China. Then you got a big problem. But don't concern yourself with that. Just be in the moment. Just be real and go with whatever happens and have fun. Okay, you're an actor when you're acting, and someone is bringing you in to act. Now, the other problem I think a lot of us have, and I was guilty of this in the early part of my career. When you get an audition, we like to tell people. Sure, you tell your friends, your other actors, your family. You tell 5, 10, 20 people. You're talking to people. Hey, how you doing? Yo, guess what? I got an audition. I'm going in for the, for that TV show. Yeah. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna. Yeah. And your friends go, good. Yeah, good for you. You're gonna nail it. And we're bragging. That's all we're doing. We're bragging to other people that we have an audition, as if that's the peak of our success. If you were a plumber, you wouldn't talk to people about the sink you just put in, or you got a call to renovate a bathroom. You just don't do those things, and it should be the same for you as an actor. Let's not brag. Let's not tell the world. I like my auditions to be my own personal success or my own personal failure. I have friends that used to run me through the streets with questions when I would say, who got you in? What's the character? What are the lines like? What do you got to say? What are you going to wear? Or maybe you should do this, or maybe why don't you do that? And you start going a little cuckoo. You start second guessing yourself. You start listening to people. You know what? If I'm not going to get cast, let it be on my own choices. I'm confident enough to rely on my own choices and stand by them, one way or the other. And the other thing is, once we've told 5, 10, 15, 20 people 3-4 days after the audition, and you haven't heard anything, Every time you meet somebody, hey, how'd that go? How'd the audition go? Nah, I don't think I got it. Oh, how come? Oh, don't worry, you'll get the next one. Why do we put ourselves through that? Why must we not only not get cast, but relive the failure, relive the rejection? We set ourselves up before the audition so that we can relive the pain and angst of not being cast after the audition. Look, stop doing that. I'll tell you a quick story. I don't even tell my wife when I go on auditions. It was a while before I told her, but then I needed her to help me with the lines. But I would never tell her. She would get so, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? You could have told me. And it's like, I just don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about what it's for, who's in it. I don't want to do that. I want to focus on the work. Focus on your work. It'll be the absolute best approach to the audition. Take control. Stand up for what you do. And don't feel you have to meet anyone else's standards. Just perform. That's pretty much it on the auditions. I wish you all luck. Hopefully you'll take Michael Kostroff's seminar. He'll go way further than I did. It's a 3-hour seminar, and please take that seminar. So now, if you have any questions, Acting Like a Business on Facebook, you can shoot me a question. I'll be more than happy to try and answer it. To see the past sessions of Acting Like a Business, you can go to YouTube and search for Joseph Tudisco, Acting Like a Business. You should see my channel icon. I'm wearing a nice little black hat. Just click on that. It'll take you to all the sessions in order if you want to backtrack and pick up some of the older sessions. That's it for today. Stay well, and that is a wrap.